in the bang, I have a part down the center. I'm going to take my diameter and length. That's going to tell me how far back I need to go in the section. And then I'm going to create a half circle going from temple to temple, diameter and length. I'm going to curve it to the brow in here. Diameter and length on this side, so diameter and length. I'm going to take it, do a half C shape here, coming to the front, and it should line up with the brow. So here's the tip of the brow, curving around, tip of the brow over here. Now I'm going to divide this into half. I'm going to take my triangle here. I'm going to split that up into two sections here. I'm going to divide this one in half, and I should have 4 sections on top of the head. So I really have my 4 partings right there. There you go. So pivot, everything from the center, and 4 equal triangles, and they are all 1 diameter and a length back. You're going to place your rollers going over to the left eye. So I'm going to take my section, and I want them to be off base. I'm going to comb this hair nice and smooth. I'm going to take my biggest roller here, my silver, slick it in, create an off base curl. Clip it to the back part of the pivot, right in here. I'm going to take my next section. I want this also to be off base, so I'm going to drag it forward. Silver roller, slick it in, roll it down. I'm going to clip that behind. I'm going to move my way around. I'm going to take the next section. And again, I want to have it so it's off base. So I'm going to take this section here, comb this up and over, drag it to sit on the section in front of me. And I should see a half circle as I'm placing my rollers. It shouldn't be a straight row. They should be moving in a C shape. I've got one left to go over here. So I'm going to take that front hairline. I'm going to comb that up. And this last one may sit half off base. Slick it to the roller, tuck it in. Your roller should be placed at the back part of the C shape, not the front, because the front there's not enough room with the pivot. So you need to tuck that in, clip from behind, and have all of the rollers sitting from behind. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 going into a pivot. So it is moving that hair right up, over, and coming over. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the sides, we're going to take the section that is just to behind the earlobe. So here, I'm going to grab all of this hair, and I'm going to make one big pin curl. So I really just want to smooth all of this hair out. I'm going to pull this back. I want to pinch the hair, tuck it in with a clip, use a pin curl clip, and hold it coming that way. So it's really scooping back and coming forward. Do the same on this side. I'm going to take it to just behind the ear. I'm going to comb this hair back. I'm going to smooth it out. I want to pinch this hair together and tuck it in and around. I'm going to use a clip. Pin curl clip if you have, just to hold that. So again, scooping out and coming forward. We're going to go from behind the ear. We're going to make a pivot here. So here's our pivot right here. We're going to divide it into the 4 sections. So right at the top of the ear, think of your occipital bone area. I want to go straight across. I'm going to divide this into 2. So I'm going to make 2 pie shapes out of here. And I'm going to make 2 pie shapes out of here. These are all going to be coming off base. Starting with the green roller at the bottom, and I'm going to wrap it so that it's almost vertical. I'm going to make sure my ends are tucked in. If I need an end paper, you can use an end paper. What we're trying to do is practice without, because on your exam you cannot use end papers, but for a client, if the hair wasn't staying, certainly use an end paper. I'm taking my next one, should be a diameter and length. I'm going to take my next section. This should be right to the occipital bone right here. I'm going to smooth that out. Also a green roller. Make sure I have enough gel and water on there. I'm going to slick that in. I'm going to work that one up, use my tail comb just to tuck those ends in, and clip from behind. I'm going to take my next one. I'm going to go up a size. So I'm going to go to my sort of burgundy rust colored ones. Go up, and again, depends what color you have, but you've got 4 different sizes. So you want the largest, then you go to the medium, then you go to the small. You do not need the little blue ones. So we're going to go like this. And then I've got one in here. And I'm going to repeat this on the other side. So I'm just going to do the same thing on both sides. I'm going to do my pivot, again, behind the earlobe. I am going to make sure that it halfway mark is right at the, so here's my pivot here. Halfway mark is my occipital bone. I've got 2 of my green, so this is almost vertical, then it's going here. And then I've got my rust colored ones going here. So I can really see a C shape happening here. And then you're going to repeat on the other side. Here's your pivot. I divided it in half at the occipital bone. I made 2 sections here, 2 sections here. You want to create that C. This one's vertical, and then it works its way all the way up to here. So you really will get a comb out coming forward in the front. In the back, we're just going to take whatever's left over. We want to create pin curls. In whatever's left, we're going to grab this section here. We want to smooth it out, whether you do 1 or 2, depends on how much space that you've got left over. And you really want to match, this is a sort of off base set, so we want to match what we've got with the rollers. So we want to tuck it in around and create the same diameter of curl that you have with your rollers. We're going to put a clip in there. I'm going to take the next one. I'm going to grab this section. Again, off base, I want to grab this hair here, tuck it in, pin it underneath. I'm going to hold one, so we're making some barrel curls just in the middle. I've got one section here. I'm going to smooth this out again, just to match the 2 green rollers. Tuck this in and up. So all of them sort of off base, and the last one. Make sure I get all the hair. Tuck it in and just off base with your clip. So again, you have a pivot in the front. You have 2 pivots in the, just get that to stay. So you have a pivot in the front hairline. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're seeing that movement in that C shape. You've got 2 pin curls, 1 on each side, dragging the hair back away from the face and rolling forward. Then you have a pivot here, 1, 2, 3, 4 coming forward to the front. Same on the other side. And then you're finishing with off base pin curls down the center. And there you go.